Okay, here we are. My wife thinks I'm nuts. My kid thinks I'm nuts. We're changing these cables in this new shifter in the rain. Put the Easy Up tent up so I don't get soaking wet. I don't have to roll around on the ground, so I ain't worried about that. Tent will help keep me dry. And hopefully I'm not too soaking wet when I'm done. Okay, I'll show you what's going on in a minute. Alright, here we are now. We got the new cables put in and the new shifter. I'll show you the old cables first. There's the old ones. This is the end that kept popping off on us. Oh. Probably wore out pretty good. 120,000 miles on it. So here's the other one. I found that when I was replacing them. That looks pretty bad. Now, when I replaced these, I went by a lot of the information that I saw on the internet and forums and different things, and a couple of shop manuals that I looked at, and they all said the same thing, that you have to drop the catalytic converter and drop the heat shield off the floor. Well, I decided to try it without having to do that, and you can do these cables without dropping the catalytic converter. What you got to do is what I had to do. I removed the cold air intake, removed the strut tower brace. Once you get the cables off the mounting bracket, the cables go into the firewall at the bottom. You'll see them going through. Well, that's exactly where they go through the floor. So all you really need to do is bend the heat shield down a little bit. That's all I did. Pushed my arm down there, pushed the cables out, pulled the new ones through, pulled the heat shield back up where it was, mounted them, no problem. Didn't have to mess around with the converter in any way. Go inside and we'll take a look at the new shifter and the new cables on the inside here. Okay, here we are. Here's the new cables all mounted up. The new CFM short throw shifter. Now there's a new spacer under here which you have to put on because the new lever is a little bit longer than the factory lever. So to keep it from hitting the floor, you put that spacer in the bottom there. You get that in the kit. I know, my knob's upside down. I still have to finish putting it all back together yet. But that's the new stuff. And like I said, you do not have to drop the catalytic converter to do this. I just did it in about half the time without doing that. All you got to do is reach in the back, push down on the heat shield, and you can pull the cables through. The cables will come this way, and you could pull them right out, and you could push the new ones right in. No problem. That's it. Now we got to finish putting the interior back together, and well, it's Friday at about 7:30, and we're racing this car on Sunday, so this was getting done this weekend one way or another. Luckily enough, it went together pretty easy. Now I'll finish it up, and I'm going to do some videos of the race this weekend, of the autocross, and I'll post them up this weekend also. Stay tuned, more to come.